Before we talk about the Hawks, I had a game tonight. I had my first breakaway. I want to know your opinion. Did I score a goal? Let me know down in the comments. Here's the clip.
Woohoo! This is stuff. We are in a snow week. Yeah. You can't get any better.
Hello, welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 52 just happened. Calgary Flames beat the Blackhawks by a score of 4-3 in overtime. Another late game as the Hawks finish up their two-game Western Canada road trip. They pick up a measly 1 out of 4 points on the trip. Not the way they wanted that to go, and bold strategy, losing a point to the team right above you in the wild card race. Thankfully, it's the weekend, so staying up late to make this video isn't really that big of a deal. Could have waited till morning, but I just want to get this over with. First period in this one, probably a period you could put on both these goaltenders' highlight reels. Jeff Glass, Mike Smith, both making some incredible saves to keep this game scoreless. Jeff Glass at one point just diving across the crease to make a save. Just incredible effort from both these goaltenders. And then a little under 8 minutes into this game, the Blackhawks would strike first. Patrick Kane setting up Nick Schmaltz just below the dot. One-timer. He blows it by Mike Smith. Top shelf near side. Hawks take the 1-goal lead. They would take that one into the intermission and into the second period. Early on in the second period, the Hawks would find themselves with a power play. We know how much they've struggled on the power play this season, but this time they find a way to get it done. Seabrook with a slap shot from the point. It misses, but it bounces out to the other side. Patrick Kane gets the puck and finds Hinostroza. Nice feed, far side. Hinostroza basically wide open net, and he buries it. Hawks up 2-0. That would end up being the only power play for the Hawks in this game, so they end up going 1 for 1, 100% on the power play. I think that's the first time that's happened this year. Unfortunately, that 2-goal lead wouldn't last long, as 4 minutes after the Hinostroza power play goal, the Blackhawks trying to enter the zone, but there's a delayed offside. It looked like Duclair actually touches the puck and that a whistle should have gone for offsides on the Hawks. It looked like the defense kind of expected that to happen, but there was no whistle. So defense out of position. Hamonic stretched past the station, who's kind of on a semi-breakaway with Seabrook trying to rush back as fast as he can. And he just blows the puck by Jeff Glass, and it's now a 2-1 game. Then with about 7.5 minutes left to go in the second period, the Calgary Flames doing a good job keeping the puck in the zone. Nice pass to Gaudreau in the slot. He one-times it, and it looks like Jeff Glass gets a bunch of this puck, but not all of it. The puck trickles through into the back of the net, and all of a sudden we have a tie game. Thankfully, less than 2 minutes after that, Anthony Duclair with the steal at the blue line. He is off to the races, and he is fast, so he gets a breakaway. And unlike me, he's had many breakaways in his career. He shoots it low blocker side and beats Mike Smith for the goal. Left-handed shot to low blocker side. That's essentially cheating. But if you're not cheating, you're not trying, so 3-2 Hawks. The first 2 periods in this game were pretty darn even, as the Flames outshot the Hawks 13-12 in the first and then 14-12 in the second. You'd expect that from these two teams, being they're right next to each other in the standings. So the Hawks go into the third period with a 3-2 lead, but unfortunately we're seeing a bit of a trend, as just like the Predators game, the Hawks go into the third period with a 1-goal lead, but they're completely at the will of the opposing team. The Flames absolutely dominating this third period. I think the Hawks only had 1 shot through the first 13 minutes. Thankfully, the Hawks got away with it in Nashville, but this game would be a different story. About halfway through this third period, the Flames dump the puck in. Connor Murphy going back to retrieve it. He tries to reverse it to his other defenseman, but the Flames get a stick on it and he turns it over. The puck would find itself to the front of the net, where Michael Frolik, former Blackhawk, would pot the puck in past Glass, and we have a tie ball game. It was a bad turnover by Connor Murphy, and honestly, the defensemen in general just did not have a great game. But that was a goal that Jeff Glass needs to save in that situation. Honestly, the blame kind of goes all around in this case. Calgary would dominate the rest of the third period, but neither team could find the back of the net, and this game would go into overtime, both teams picking up a much-needed point. About a minute into this overtime frame, Jonathan Toews takes a shot. Mike Smith with the save, and the Flames are going the other way. Odd man rush, as per tradition, in 3-on-3 overtime. Sean Monahan gets the pass as the third forward into the zone, and he rips it by Jeff Glass, and the Flames escape with the victory and the extra point, and the Blackhawks fall in devastating fashion, not only blowing a 2-goal lead, but also a third period lead, and lose a game to a team right above them in the standings, another team vying for a wild card spot. Just so disappointing. Coming out of the All-Star break, Patrick Kane predicted the Hawks would have to go 23-10 over the remaining 33 games to make the playoffs. That would mean picking up 69.7% of the possible points. Right now, in the 3 games since the All-Star break, the Hawks have picked up 50% of the possible points, which is obviously well below that predicted target. Up next for the Hawks, they play the Calgary Flames once again, this time in the United Center. And a win would go a long way. A regulation win would go a long way. They would mean picking up 3 out of a possible 4 points against the Flames. That would mean gaining a point on the Flames. But if the Hawks lose, we're going to have to start looking at what they're going to do for the trade deadline. Does it mean selling? I don't know what contracts any other teams would really want to take on from the players that we would be looking to get rid of. I don't really see them doing anything, whether buying or selling, for the trade deadline, but a loss against the Flames in their next game you could probably essentially say this season would be over. Thanks for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I hope you enjoyed it to a certain degree. Let me know your thoughts on the game and the team's performance down in the comments section below. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it if you do. But most importantly, as always, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.